So let's just settle into our meditation posture. And no, I don't know what kind of a day everyone's had, but just check in with yourself. This is time to go inside a little bit. So we're not kind of just rushing around from one activity to the next. Just have a little bit of space to settle our minds down before we retire for the evening. And it's also a time for us to sort of reflect on our day. So check your body posture. Feet, if they are down on the ground, flatten the floor and really try and feel the earth through your feet, the sits bones. Be sitting up on your sits bones, even if you're on a chair. Make sure you're on the sits bones, not kind of just slumped back. And then if you're in the regular cross-legged position, you can have your knees kind of propped up if your hips are tight. But definitely in that position, have your hips raised, sits bones raised, because otherwise you're just going to slump. So shoulders are aligned with the hips. And just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And just keep lengthening that spine. The head is very slightly tipped forward. Eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and just relax the jaw. And then just bring your awareness to the crown of the head and just relax from the scalp, through the face, the back of the head, the neck, the shoulders, the front of the body, and all your limbs. So just for a few seconds, just to scan your body, make sure it's relaxed. And take a nice deep breath. Feeling the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. Just notice if there are any sounds in your environment and just allow those sounds to be there. Trying not to follow with the mind. And then just notice what's going on in the mind. Are you feeling happy and relaxed, peaceful? Do you feel stressed? Are you angry about something? Or just allow the various thoughts to bubble up to the surface, to abide. And then if you don't engage, they'll just dissolve. So taking a step back, giving yourself, put some space in between those thoughts. And trying not to judge or criticize or have opinions about what's in your own mind, just rejoicing that you have an opportunity to be still enough to see what's actually there. Because once we know what's in our mind, we know what we're dealing with. So we put ourselves on the bank of the river and watch it flow on by. And while we're sitting there, we're free from the river. And then bring to mind all those people of your life, your very dear loved ones. And then there's people in your life who you're not so fond of. And then there's our strangers, remembering they could change place at any time. And maybe reflect in your own life where that's happened. And remembering that they're all equal, same as you and me. The great equalizer is that we all want to be happy. We don't want to suffer. And we all have this extraordinary capacity for an enlightened mind. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for the benefit of all these people of our life. We're also continuously in our hearts thinking, praying for Rinpoche's swift return. So this purification practice, I believe, would be kind of helpful for us. Very helpful for us in creating the cause, purifying, creating a lot of merit. And then our minds are, in a way, maybe clearer as we wish for Rinpoche's swift return. Hope that made sense. Anyway, remembering there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind. We can equally change that by creating positivity with our mind instead. So here we are doing again our practice of purification of Vajrasattva in the context of the four opponent powers. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives, and think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past actions, our past karma. So having harmed, we will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So we know from our present suffering, we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering, and also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. We turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing the Buddha to forgive us, we're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So we're not wanting a higher power to come down and do the work for us. So imagine Vajrasattva on the crown of your head. And you can also imagine this is, if you have a teacher, this is your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of radiant, blissful, white light. You can imagine this Buddha above the crown of your head. He's facing the same way as you. He's sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has this beautiful radiant face. His eyes are long, they're shaped like lotus petals. And he's peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents a union of these two, and this symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you may have harmed recently and in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginningless time. And then think about those maybe who've harmed you. And we really need to think particularly about these people, because the harm they've caused us is going to manifest as suffering for them in the future. So you have compassion for them because of that. We make a strong aspiration to do this practice for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think I must purify for their sake. So the third opponent power is the remedy, and this is the medicine. And we start by with visualization and mantra recitation. So we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose. You can also imagine a waterfall quite forcefully. So imagine from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dira Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you have ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with the body. So the moment they see you, smell you, feel you, touch you, it benefits their mind. So I really wish for that. Next time you hug someone, wish that that hug is benefiting them. So next is the purification of the speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra and arcs around and forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of the body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So it's the same as well, you can imagine just all the gossip, the harsh speech, the useless speech, careless speech, talking about other people behind their back, getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others with your speech. So every syllable that falls out of your mouth is of benefit to people who hear it, sentient beings who hear it, and of course to yourself, because you'll be hearing it too. So the next is a purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on that switch, that light instantly dispels the darkness in the room. So the same as when the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so your attachment, grasping, and neediness, anxiety, depression, bitterness, grudges, disappointment, all of this instantly dispelled. Om Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sata a hum pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sabasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sabasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. So again, be delighted. All your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified. And think now there's no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar this time, fills you completely, and it just eradicates even those very, very subtle imprints of negative energy, the subtlest imprints from your mind. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita Tida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. But now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we come to the final step, the most crucial step, is this decision that we want to make, this wish, this aspiration to refrain from harming others with our body, our speech, and our mind. So again, we've got a minute or so, maybe just a minute because we have the extra prayer. So just for 1 minute, meditate on something that you are working on. Don't forget to rejoice. And Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. So next, we meditate a little bit on emptiness. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma, no action of creating negative karma, and no negative karma created. So just think, we can think about all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. And they also, perhaps the way things are appearing to me, maybe the way I look at things, I perceive things, may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the positive energy we've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And so we have some prayers now, long like prayer. His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Okay, we're doing this one. Guru, think of me. Guru, consider me. Gracious Guru, care for me. Guru, most gracious and kind, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Guru, you embody the blessings of the Buddhas of the 3 times. You may rest in great bliss, equipoise, and the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity, yet the playful dance of your loving compassion can emanate in myriad ways, the swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya. This time has come for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you, on behalf of all beings, arise, arise, arise from the Dhammakaya. Do not rest in Kachera or other pure celestial realms. Rather, to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings, swiftly return to this southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor wretched beings, such is the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so that we may actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your enlightened body, speech, and mind. All violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your spontaneously present body, speech, and mind and activity through our being baffled, confused, and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your 3 kayas. Of everything auspicious, the supreme auspiciousness, may there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion conjoined, and the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnation return quickly. This lament was made by me, a Dakini with pure faith, and Samaya, her eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of the deities of the 3 roots. Perception, its object, and the act of perceiving all dissolve within the expanse, the blissful clarity of suchness. Lama Ursul, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds out of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. Geshe Share, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. Lots of love. Sleep well. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. All right. Good night, everybody. Sleep well. Thank